Hello everyone. So who in here has taken the SAT before, whether it was in high school or even now in college? Now for those who have taken the SAT before, raise your hands if you're like me and are at TSC because your SAT scores weren't high enough for you to get accepted into a four-year university. Well, for the people who raised their hands to that question, wouldn't it be nice if the SAT was banned so that you can have a better chance of getting into the university you want? Today I'm going to be talking to you all about the history of SATs, the pros and cons of them, and explain why SATs should be banned. According to College Board, the SAT, which stands for the Scholastic Assessment Test, is a globally recognized admission test, which shows colleges what you know and how well you can apply that knowledge. This standardized test typically consists of subjects such as reading, writing, and math comprehension. According to Genevieve Carlton, the SAT was first offered in 1926 by the College Board organization, which tested 8,000 students on math, logic, reading, and definitions. By 1935, Harvard University started requiring all students to submit their SAT scores if they wish to be accepted into the university. As the SAT gained popularity over the years, more universities required students to submit their SAT scores as part of the admission process. Now I'm going to briefly talk to you about one of the pros of taking the SAT. One of the only pros I will give on the SAT is that not only can a good SAT score boost your chances of getting into a bigger university, but your score can also earn you scholarships for college. According to Sage Education, having a high SAT score of 1,300 or above can earn you scholarship amounts ranging from $1,000 to $35,000 per year. Now let's talk about the cons of the SAT and why they should be banned. The first con of the SAT is that the pressure of doing well on these tests increases stress levels in students. According to Grace Tater, she states that students had 15% more of a stress hormone called cortisol in their systems right before a standardized test than on days without high-stakes testing. Therefore, students feeling overwhelmed just because of a test is a major reason why the SAT should be banned. Another con of the SAT is that they are believed to be designed unfairly because of a huge racial gap in the scores. For example, after looking at the College Board SAT statistics, Kim Elzier states that SAT scores for Asian and white students average above 1,100, while other groups such as Black, Hispanic, and Latino students average below 1,000. Some people think a big reason for this is because of school segregation for people of color in the 1960s, which caused these students to have limited access to the same education as white students, which is unfortunately still a problem in our current education system. The final reason why SAT should be banned is because they are not good predictors for future college success. According to a study done with 55,084 public school students, results have shown that looking at a student's GPA is 5 times stronger at indicating college success rather than their SAT scores, according to Britannica. A good example of this would be my own personal experience. All throughout high school and now in college, I have always been a hardworking, straight-A student with currently a 4.0 GPA. However, I've always made low scores on standardized tests, including the SAT. So just because of my low SAT scores, I would never get accepted into FSU, even though I had a great high school GPA. This is a perfect example of how one SAT score doesn't show universities anything about my academic potential and dedication towards school. So in conclusion, I believe that college administrators should not be relying so heavily on SAT scores to measure a student's academic ability. Instead, I think that colleges should be looking more at a student's GPA, which is a much better indicator of who they are as a person and how successful they may be in college. Therefore, if you're one of those students like me who didn't get accepted into university just because of a single SAT score, or you just want to take action, scan this QR code now and sign the petition to abolish the SAT so that future generations of students can be looked at more than just a test score. Thank you.